and turn time over to Lyle.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair. So for your consideration this evening, we're looking at just some changes to a site here on 650 North or K Drive. Excuse me, 650 North at Kays Drive. It's just a lot south of Camping World. Currently we have GP Motors on there. It's one of the recent approvals. They've got a temporary use of the lot while they're awaiting the details and further progress towards the construction of their building and completion of the lot. And so a photo of it, just as it stands now, I believe is in here, shows the fenced area. And we talked about this previously as the Architectural Review Committee. The car cells were fine, the fencing type was fine, the surface material and the lot was okay. And I think the next image, Andy, shows, give or take, what was presented during that meeting of, I think there's one more image perhaps there we go. You don't see a specific dimension on where the fenced area is, but it kind of indicates it'd be pushed back a little bit, and that's what they've put in place to date. And the business owner's here tonight to speak a little bit more about what they'd like to do, so I'll keep it brief and he can give a little more detail. But in essence, they're hoping to push that fence forward. Based on how they've been using the lot, they think it'll be a little bit cleaner and it'll look tidier. The only thing that we've had concern with as we've reviewed it as staff is from our fire department, just to make sure that inside that area, they do have aisles so that they can get their cars in and out, but there'd be a turnaround of sorts so that were something to go amiss, fire trucks could maneuver around. So I'll turn it over to the owner here with GP Motors, and then be happy after that to take any questions you might have regarding the decision.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Sorry about my dress. I had to hurry and run over here. It's been a crazy day. So where the fence is right now, I know this is what we originally presented to you guys. So we talked to the builders last week, and so we're kind of drawing out the plans right now for the building and dimensions and all of that. And so a couple things that we had talked about, which this will work better for us in the time being for the how we're temporarily using the land. It'll also work better for the builders because we talked about the site and just kind of keeping it clean. I kind of wanted to stay clean and not messy looking. So what we were thinking about doing temporarily was bringing the fence forward just closer to the road, pretty close to the road. Same type of fence, just bringing it forward so it'll still be slatted, still be hidden. And then that'll just give us easier access without it kind of looking, messy at times. And then also when the goal was with the builders, from what we've talked about, the plan would be in the spring is when we were thinking of trying to break ground and get the ball rolling with that. The only downside is if I don't move the fence now in the fall before the ground freezes, it's going to be difficult for the fence guys to be able to do that. So my goal was to be able to move it as soon as possible. And then obviously once the building's finished, get the landscaping done, and then obviously the fence will be put back behind the building. And so obviously there'll be landscaping in front of the building. So that couple reasons, I thought that would be better for us and for the city. Just one, why it's getting built, the construction site, everything's going to be hidden and cleaner looking from the road in the business park. And secondly, the temporary use right now, since we're having to go in and out of the lot through the day because our actual building we're leasing is further down the street, it'll just be a lot easier for us moving things around, and especially for the fire department having more space in the fenced area since the fence is so pushed back so far right now. So that's what I'm proposing and hoping that you guys, that the city will grant that to us. So.
Okay. All right, thanks. Any questions from the committee members? All right. I think I'd entertain a motion. Is that what we're looking for?
That would be appropriate, and you also have the ability, Madam Chair, to vote as well with the rest of the committee.
Oh, great. Hooray.
Can you say that again?
As the Architectural Review Committee, rather than a City Council function, she can also vote as the chair.
So I'll make a motion that we approve modification to temporary site use and layout for GP Motors at 650 North Kays Drive.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved by Committee Member DeCare and seconded by Committee Member Page. And,
I have a question.
question, yes.
Given the modifications, you said that in the spring is when you would actually break ground and the construction would.
That's the goal, yeah, is the springtime. It could be as early as like February, so a couple factors play into that. The building, obviously, approval as far as permits, and then obviously the SBA, because we're doing the loan with them as well. So there's just a couple variables. So that's the goal right now when we talk to the builders, is they propose that that's what they'd be aiming for is February, March at the earliest.
So Lyle, is that stated in the modifications that we're approving tonight?
So you're not approving the specific permanent construction of it. So based on the covenants, sorry, I'm looking for a different word here, but they have a specific time frame requirement from their original approval when they have to have the building in. It's about 2 years. So they'd be well under that. So they will be back. They'll have to come back with a specific site plan, architectural, other details before they can start it. So it sounds like we'll be seeing them within a couple months before they begin that process.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Any further questions before we vote? All right. Let's start with Committee Member Page.
Aye.
Aye.
Oh,
Aye.
I'm so used to skipping.
I know, right? And you said aye. And,
Aye.
Aye.
okay. Motion passes 5-2. Right.
Thank you.
I think we'll adjourn as the Architectural Review Committee, and we will come back at 7 o'clock. Oh, we should probably have a motion for that.
I'll motion that we close the Architectural Review Committee.
Second?
All right. Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Thank you.